All right, guys. Well, I guess like we started, from where we started to where we are now, I didn't expect that, but it's pretty awesome. I'm happy for the guys, happy for the staff, and hey, I mean, this is what I came down here to try to do. So, I didn't have a timeline on it, but I guess why not now?
For a guy that doesn't like celebrations, you had a pretty good one, and you were kind of the host of the show.
Well, I mean, I felt obligated. I couldn't probably duck behind the scenes. Might have been a little awkward. And no, I mean, listen, you celebrate. We celebrate wins behind the scene. Trust me. I mean, we love winning because we know it's not easy, and you can't get to the point in coaching where, where winning doesn't feel good. Because if you do that, and then it's just about avoiding losses, then it becomes a hard life. So yeah, we celebrate winning, and I'm proud of the guys. And I just didn't want to celebrate it too early, and tonight was the right time.
We're looking for that McHale Center wrath that you used to feel when you were an opponent with a sellout slate of the year. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it got better, But I mean, I'm looking forward to this offseason. One of my goals is, how do we make the game day experience even better in McHale, I mean, the place it's great as it is, but I think there's so much more potential that, I want it to be an event every time we play, and I don't want it to be about who we're playing necessarily, and I get that a little bit, but I want it to be about Arizona basketball and the University of Arizona and the community of Tucson.
46 points off the bench and have 9 different players score. What does that say about your basketball team?
I mean, it says that you're well-rounded, and there's lots of different ways to win, and you don't have to rely necessarily on one guy on any given night.
Were you trying to limit minutes today, just to maybe?
I wanted to win the game. That was going to be the number one thing, and I haven't even had a chance to look at the stats yet. But, listen, you got a coach here who's probably held a young, talented French kid back a little bit, so he's really improved. He's really been coming on. He had a great practice yesterday, and Murph really encouraged me to play him early and see what happens. And we talked about it as a staff, and my thing is I just wanted to protect him. And it's a little bit like the analogy having a talented pitcher. You maybe keep him in the minors a little bit till he's ready. And he was ready. And I just thought if he got out there, he has a knack for making that first shot. And if he did, I thought it would give our team a big lift. And I'm really happy for Adam, and I'm proud of the progress he's made.
Regular rotation moving forward?
I mean, I haven't got past today.
Adama, just that you might need him to be in the rotation in the tournament if something happens?
Not necessarily. I wanted to reward him for having a great year off the, in practice, behind the scenes and working, and I think he's going to be a big part of the program going forward.
How do you envision his role moving forward with your team?
I think he's going to be a do-everything guard. I think he's got a really good feel for the game. He's got a high IQ. He's getting a little nastier. He's, getting a little more physical, and he's a shot maker, and so I just said a lot of good things right there. So, his role is going to, hopefully being one of our best players down the line.
How much has Umar improved since he started here?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, just the force he played with in that game today, and what's really the coolest thing about it is the relationship between he and CeeLo. I mean, they're best friends, and I mean they beat on each other at practice every day. They do extra workouts together. They probably lift weights together. They hang out together off the court, and they just seem to have a way of picking each other up. If one's struggling, the other one kind of, takes the reins, and it's a great 1-2 punch.
So can you see kind of Christian's influence on Umar?
I mean, I think they're a little bit different players, but I just think the main thing is I think their influence on each other. I think they support each other. I mean, you have two guys that are, quote unquote, competing for minutes against each other, and they're actually each other's biggest fans, which is pretty special.
You obviously have a great record. You won the title. How much was bringing fun back? Because we've been here a long time. We've seen what's happened to this point. Was fun part of it?
Well, I mean, listen, I'm a biology major, so can I say the joke? I mean, I'm a fun guy. I like having fun, and I think having fun and having a culture with love in the middle of it is the best way to have fun and sustain it. for a long time. I think it's powerful, and so those are the things. Listen, I'm hard on the guys. You guys see me a little bit, and you probably don't see me as much behind the scenes, and really pushing them. But I feel like when I have relationships with them and love them, I can push them more. I'm just doing things that I feel comfortable with and are natural for me. I'm not doing it, because somebody else did it a different way. I'm just doing it the way I'm most comfortable with and trying to be myself.
How would you describe the emotions tonight in the game? You guys made that run in the middle of the first half, then Callum goes on a run, and then you take it away.
It's a 40-minute basketball game. It's a 40-minute basketball game, and there's ebbs and flows, and Cal, they have a good coach, and I'm sure he wasn't happy how things went Thursday, and he's been on them pretty hard, and they were spirited. So that's what you're going to have, and I tip my hat to him, and we were just kind of able to hang with it. I think we had a good lead and kind of lost it at the end of the half a little bit, and they made a little run, and then we came out and kind of were steady in the second half, and I think we just kind of slowly grew that lead over 20 minutes in the second half, and it didn't feel like the margin was what it was, but I'll give credit to our guys for being mature.
How's that hat feel? How's it look?
Good. I don't know. I haven't looked in the mirror, so I'll have to. You guys be the judge of that. So it feels good. It's good to win a regular season championship. Anytime, that's one of your first goals when you start out a season is can you win a regular season conference championship? And it's a marathon, 20 games over a couple months, and for these guys to do it so quick, was awesome. And at the end of the day, they're deserving, and they're a really good team. But when we go play in Vegas or even forward, you don't get extra points. You don't start out the game 8-0 because you won a conference championship to 0-0. And that other team's hungry, and they're fighting for their lives just like we are. So elimination basketball is fun, and it's not easy. And I look forward to taking this team down that journey.
Hard in the sense that you may have wrapped up a number one seed no matter what next week, just as far as motivation.
I don't care what seed we are. Is that the right or wrong thing to say? Our motivation is to win the next game, and to win the next game, and then the ultimate thing right now would be to win the Pac-12 tournament championship, and in order to do that, we got to win the first game. So that's what I'm locked in on, and we play Thursday at noon. I don't know who we play. I look forward to getting on the court. I've got a list of things I'm ready to try to help these guys clean up and tighten up a little bit, and see if we can go and hopefully play some inspired, good basketball in Vegas.
Where does rebounding sit on that list?
Rebounding's always at the top. It's one of the three factors. So, we haven't maybe had the last couple of games haven't been our greatest rebounding, but I think our numbers overall are pretty good. And sometimes when you guys isolate stats, there's a bigger picture, to stats, and our defensive rebounding percentage probably isn't great, but teams miss a lot of shots. And then we're a rotation defense, so sometimes we're not in the greatest, rebounding position. But sometimes what's better than rebounding is creating turnovers, and so those are factors, because those are anytime there's a rebound stops a possession, a turnover stops a possession. So there's lots of ways to stop a possession, or those are the two main ways. So so we'll just focus on being well-rounded, and we'll try to get better at rebounding this week.
You're going to play the winner of ASU. You're going to play the winner of ASU Stanford Pac-12 tournament. Just thoughts on those two teams and how you guys played them.
Well, ASU's, they've been on fire. They've much improved, and I tip my hat to Bobby, and they've had some players. That Jalen Graham kid, I don't know if I've ever seen a kid improve as much from the start of the season to where he is now, and those guards have really settled in, and they're feisty defensively, and offensively they're sharing the ball so that they look good. And Stanford came in here and gave us a battle. They got some talent, they got size across the board. They had some defensive versatility that they showed here that I wasn't expecting. So it's going to be a tough game no matter what, and there's no guarantees you're going to come out on top. So we're not going to take them lightly, and I look forward to the challenge of preparing for those teams.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good night, guys. Be safe.